Good evening and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Brett Travalis.
And I'm Jill Haimski. Now let's take a look at the news.
California State Senator Leland Yee, one of the state's strongest advocates for gun control, was arrested on charges that include scheming to defraud citizens of honesty services and conspiracy to illegally traffic firearms. Yee was reportedly in at least $70,000 of debt following his defeat in the mayor's race and needed to settle his accounts to run for California Secretary of State in 2014. To do so, Yee agreed to perform certain unofficial acts for an undercover FBI agent in exchange for donations. East Peoria city officials are directing their attention to open new businesses in the commercial levee district area. City planners are meeting monthly with business and property owners of the Four Corners Overlay District to get their input on future business expansion projects. City officials say that an estimated 28,000 to 30,000 vehicles pass through the vacant commercial district area each day that include long vacant Shopko department store on Main Street. Budget talks are set to take place this week in City Hall.
North and South Korea exchanged fire across their maritime border last Monday. North Korea announced it would hold live fire drills in parts of the border area. Some of North Korea's shells landed south of the border. In response, South Korea fired more than 300 rounds in return. China, North Korea's biggest trading partner, called for calm and restraint after the exchange of fire. Over the weekend, North Korea also threatened to conduct a new form of nuclear test. Archaeologists discovered a 3,300-year-old tomb with a pyramid entrance in Egypt. The tomb, found at the site of Abydos, would have had a 23-foot-high pyramid at its entrance. Within one of its chambers, they found a sandstone sarcophagus with the name Horemheb. There was no mummy in the sarcophagus, as the tomb was ransacked at least twice in antiquity. Skeletal remains of 4 men, 12 women, and 2 children were found.
Boosted by its overseas opening in Japan, Disney's Frozen has just become the biggest animated film ever. Frozen, which has already set sales records and won 2 Oscars in March, ends the month by bringing its gross total to $1.072 billion. It cracked the list of top 10 films ever. Next in its sights is number 9, The Dark Knight Rises.
A 5-year-old building a snow fort helped alert a neighbor about their fire in their Brunswick Hills neighborhood last Sunday. The little girl was in her front yard when her dad when she said she smelled fire. She told her father, who also smelled something unusual. That's when he noticed smoke coming from the neighbor's home. He quickly ran across the street to alert the people inside. No one answered the front door, so he ran to their backyard. The owner of the home thought the fire was just in his fireplace. Fire crews said the blaze started on the 2nd floor near the fireplace and then spread through the chimney. The owner and his 2 dogs left the home and were not hurt. Let's head to Spencer with sports.
Thank you, Danielle. Creighton senior Doug McDermott has joined some elite company. The forward was a unanimous selection for the Associated Press All-America team that was announced last week, and he is the first 3-time selection in 11 years. McDermott joins a group that includes Patrick Ewing and Wayman Tisdale, who were the last 3-time All-Americans. The senior averaged nearly 27 points a game, leading the nation in scoring. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have one of their backfield bruisers back in 2014. Running back Doug Martin, who was sidelined most of last season with a torn labrum, has been cleared to return to football-related activity. In his absence last season, running backs Mike James and Bobby Rainey combined for 6 touchdowns, the 2nd fewest in the league. According to new head coach Lovie Smith, he will be the lead back in a rotation that will include either James or Rainey as well. Once a staple in the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, safety Ryan Clark has returned to familiar stomping grounds. Clark agreed last week to a 1-year deal with the Washington Redskins, where he spent 2 seasons in 2004 and 2005. Last season, the 34-year-old had 104 tackles along with 2 interceptions for the Steelers and was a part of a dynamic duo along with safety Troy Polamalu. That's all for sports. Let's head back to Danielle.
Thank you, Spencer. A local brewery has taken its craft to new heights. Or depths, depending on your point of view. West Philadelphia's Dock Street Brewing Company has a reputation for experimenting with offbeat beers, but this one tops them all. The bar is rolling out a beer made with goat brains. The beer is called Dock Street Walker, and it's the brainchild of company president Rosemary Serto, and she and her staff are huge fans of the AMC series The Walking Dead. She says this beer is the tribute to the show. The flavor is a light stout, and it tastes really roasty and chocolatey. The goats who sacrificed their brains for zombie lovers came from the Italian market. For an additional flourish, the brewer threw in cranberries to create a bloody amber hue.
Guess you never know where ideas are going to come from to inspire flavors for beer nowadays.
Yep.
Well, anything's possible. Well, that wraps up Midstate for the week. I'm Spencer Shelton.
And I'm Brent Chavalis.
And I'm Jill Haimski. Have a great night and be sure to join us next week for our special Sports Week edition.